Hey everyone, Johnny here with RentKit. This is going to be a high-level overview of a whole bunch of changes and new features we've introduced over the past few months. Some you might be aware of and some maybe not. We're going to be going more in-depth on all of these topics, so if you see something you haven't tried out yet, go watch the more in-depth video for that feature or topic. So let's get into it. We're going to start with the mobile app. Again, this is just a high-level overview. Going to be going a little fast, so check the in-depth video coming soon. So here on the mobile app, we have our main tabs down here in the bottom still: dashboard, routes, orders, and the profile that you're used to. However, we also have a new one here, time clock, and this menu, which has a whole bunch of new menu items as well. So here in the dashboard, what's different? Got a little bit of a new UI layout. Most of the information is still pretty similar. We have our order progress, but we're able to see the routes and some other things here. Moving over to the routes view, this looks pretty similar. Some of the new things are that we can, you can also view all of the inventory a little bit easier. And when you click on your calendar here, you're going to be able to see which days have routes on them. So you can see that none of these other ones have them, but if I click on 11, the 11th, then these routes populate. Next, let's go to the orders. And here we have pretty much the same information, but again, a little nicer UI. If we come into one of these, let's see here, 1169, we can see that this is going to be a delivery for today. That is why this is outlined. Same order information. If we click on this, then that'll take us to the navigation in Google Maps or Apple Maps. We have our statuses here and our actions, delivered and picked up. We got notes, our tags, and our map down here. Then here at the bottom, we have some quick action buttons to take us to the chat. So if I click that, we are here in the chat. Here we have the inventory loading. And then this shows us the rest of the actions that we can do, and then our back navigation. So let's go ahead and load this. So if I click here on the inventory, we can begin loading, and you can see now that we actually have the ability to track the quantity loaded instead of just a single all or none. We're able to keep track of how many of any item is being loaded. Or you can also just click on load all, and then we can go through these and load them all up. So I'm going to load those all up, and this is going to set this status as loaded now. Here, I want to point out that we now have 4 stages of loading and unloading, instead of just one stage of loading everything onto the vehicle, and then that's kind of the end for that item. Now we track the whole life cycle and stage of the rental order. So you keep track of when you load the items, you keep track of when you deliver the items to the customer, you're unloading them at that point, and then when you return to pick up the items, you load them back onto the trucks. And then when you get back to the warehouse, you finally unload them one more time. So now we're able to keep track of every stage of loading and unloading that inventory to make sure you're keeping track and knowing if you're losing any inventory. So we're loaded up, and then let's say we deliver these. We're going to set delivered. And when we do this, one of the biggest new features here are these checklists. So this is a delivery checklist. They're a little bit different for delivery and pickups, but we have a whole bunch of checklists. We can input details, we can add item conditions, and we can add documentation. So we can add photos if anything's damaged. We can also take note of any issues. So we can say items damaged during transport or missing items. So if we forget, or if we forget a chair, we can say, dang it, we forgot a chair here, 2 of them. And then that's going to feed into the checklist reports, which we can view in the web app, which we'll cover later. So I'm going to save that. And then the process is similar for picked up, but we'll go through the full cycle in the longer video. Just kind of wanted to highlight a few things here. All right, let's come back here. Let's look at our time clock. So current status, clocked in. So I clocked in earlier today. We support paid breaks, meal breaks, and then you can view your time history, your recent activity. And so this is a brand new feature that's also in beta. And so your employees can now use the mobile apps or the web app to clock in and out, and that'll all flow through into the admin's dashboards. Then on our profile here, we now support multiple languages. You can click here to switch between English, Spanish, and French. And then here in our menu, we have a whole bunch of new features. We're now able to view inside the app our inventory, the invoices, the customers. And so if we come into here, into the inventory, for instance, we can click on here and we're able to see the description, stock, and barcodes. So now if you want to begin barcoding all of your inventory, you can do that right here. It's not quite ready to use on the front end, but if you wanted to start getting all of your inventory items barcoded, you can do that here. And then we have invoices. So if we come in here, we can see all of our invoices. We can come in here and we can even edit the invoice. Right now, the editing is localized. It's only for the items. You can change the item quantities. You can add an item, and those changes will be saved. We're working on getting all of the rest of the invoice functionality in here to be able to edit as well. But from here, it's nice. You can do text payment links, email the invoice, or call the customer. You can also create new invoices here. And we'll go through that in the longer mobile app video. Next up, we have these reports. So we got a whole bunch of really awesome reports here. Go ahead and feel free to click through and just view these. We've got things like financial reports, delivery operations, inventory and customers, and operational KPIs. Next up, we have customers. We're able to now view all of your customers here inside of the app, and you're able to edit and do things like upload documents for any customers. You're also able to call them, email, or start navigation directly to them. And there's a few more things in here, but I'll go ahead and save those for the longer, more in-depth video. For now, let's jump into the web app. Alrighty, here we are in the web app, and we're going to start out in the dashboard. I'm going to navigate there using our new command center, so I guess this is actually the first thing I want to feature. Get this up here by doing Command K, and this isn't something that I expect everyone to use, but you know, if you're kind of a power user on your computers and you like your keyboard shortcuts and you know, just making everything as automatic as possible, then this is going to be super fun for you. So you can do Command K and then you can start typing where you want to go. So for instance, we're going to the dashboard. And then there's also several other things that you can do. I'll go over this more in another video, but you can do exclamation point, and then if you do keyboard shortcuts, that will kind of tell you everything that you can do with the command palette right now. But for now, I'm just going to use it to navigate around. So here in the dashboard, first thing I want to look at is the overdue invoices. This has been revamped a bit, and now you'll be able to export the data as a CSV or as a PDF report. We got different stats up here: the total overdue, average days, anything critical, number of customers. You can view the overdue by customer. You can see the analytics, and that helps you just kind of quickly see who you need to follow up with, email, or charge directly. Next up is the checklists. So if I come over here to, let's see here, the 11th, I know I have some checklists there. So this is the checklist that we went over in the mobile app that your drivers and crew will fill out when they've delivered or picked up orders. And so those are going to show up here. We have some summaries up here up the top. We got total checklist 7. Looks like we have 4 with some issues, 4 damaged items and 2 missing items. And then we can view each of these, and we'll see some summaries of what is in each. These bottom 3 checklists say that they're all good, but these ones have something wrong. There's either some missing, some damaged, or needs cleaning. So for instance, this one here looks like we have a damaged one and a missing one. We can open this up and see which ones were damaged. 2 resin black chairs were damaged, and we are missing a 120-inch round linen. And like I said, you can download those PDFs or download them individually. Next up, let's check out the feedback. So here we have our new feature requests and feedback page. We're super excited about this. We're loving all of the feature requests, bug reports, and everything that you guys are adding. And we, just keep it coming, and we're gonna make our way through all of these as quickly as possible and keep improving the app for you. If you want to submit a request, just click here, put a title, put a description, and the more in-depth you go with your idea or the bug report, adding screenshots, even creating a Loom video, a screen recording video, that increases greatly the chances that it actually gets implemented. So again, please fill this out as detailed as possible, and then we'll be able to get to work much faster on it that way. Next up, let's take a look at a new beta feature. This is the time and schedule. We saw the mobile clock in and out, and so over here we have the individual's time clock. Looks like I've been working since 10:40 a.m., 6 hours and 42 minutes, and I can view my time history here as well. This one is the current active one that I'm working on. We have my schedule. So if you are an admin, you will be able to view this schedule for all of your employees. And you can see here this little green dot. This says currently clocked in. So anybody that is currently clocked in, you'll see this little green pulsing circle here. And then we can edit the shifts if you need. You can remove them. You can add shifts. You can see a different views on how the shifts appear. If you are an office permissions, then you'll be able to view the calendar, but you won't be able to make any changes. You won't be able to delete, edit, or add. And if you are neither of those permissions, then you will only see your schedule. Then we also have some reports that you can run, summary, detailed, overtime, exports. You can export to a QuickBooks ready file format. We have wages that you can set, and that'll calculate the totals that you need to pay out. And then we have some settings here as well. For those of you that use Justify as a payment processor, I wanted to call out this report here. This is relatively new, but basically it is a much more robust, more complete, more interconnected report than what you get in the admin integrations Justify panel. This one will actually show you the invoice numbers, customers, amounts, the status, and if you click into it, you'll get a ton of more information, and you can copy all of that information directly, and then that will be able to that helps you if you need to troubleshoot anything. You just copy that JSON, send it directly to me. And then here we have the payouts, and this is super useful for your accountants. So if they need to do some reconciliation, then you just click on this button, and that will download the payout reconciliation data to help match the QuickBooks entries with your bank deposits. And that shows the gross amounts, fees, net amounts for each payment. And that makes it easier for your accountants to match everything up and reconcile your books. And then I do also want to call out one bug fix for the justified payments. For a while, we've had an annoying bug where if you save a user's payment method and then try to recharge it, when you pull up that payment method, it shows as undefined. That bug is fixed now. So that is about it for this review. Keep an eye out on the change logs. That'll show you what we're working on, what we've been releasing. Keep an eye on the feedback. Keep the feedback coming, the feature requests. We love seeing those come in. And thank you all for being our customers, and we hope that we can continue to make this the best rental software out there. Thanks. See you in the next one.